I want to add a couple lines of dots to this Pinterest pin to really make the Create Printables words stand out. I'll show you how you can do that. I'll go to the left-hand toolbar and choose my pen tool. Then I'll move to my pen and I want to line up with the words that are on this pen. So I will press once and then I'll press and hold Shift and drag across the page to where I want to end and press again. Now what that does, by pressing and holding Shift, it gives me a perfectly straight line. Okay, now to get my move tool back, I can either go to the left-hand toolbar and grab my move tool, or I can press V on my keyboard. Now you can't really see anything with that line that I just created. So let's go ahead and go to our stroke panel and let's make that line wider. Let's make that stroke wider. I'm going to make it 25. Okay, see how big that is? Now I want you to notice, let's see, I'll go ahead and click off of that so you can see the ends are kind of rounded. Now that's what I want for my dotted lines, but let me show you something. If I go to where it says cap under the stroke tab, I can make the ends of those lines squared off, okay? But I want them rounded for now, so I'll go back to the rounded, and then I'm going to choose the dash line. Okay, and I have my dashes already set. So right next to dash here, you have 4 different options. I chose 0.05 with a space of 2, and that gives me a nice dot. Now, if I were to do something here, let's say I'll say 1 and then 3. See how that gives you the variation? But I don't want that for right now. I just want the dots. So I'll do Command Z, yeah, okay, I'm there. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my swatches tab and I want to change that color of those dots. So with the stroke kind of donut shape in front, I will go ahead and choose the color I want. And I'm going to choose blue. Okay, now I'll grab my move tool and I'm going to move everything into place. Now I want to duplicate this line, so I'll press and hold Option and drag and drop. And I think that's looking pretty good, but I want to make sure that these dotted lines are lined up perfectly. So I'll go ahead and select both by pressing and holding Shift and selecting both. And then I'll move to my alignment in the upper toolbar and I will center those dotted lines, and then I'll make sure they're centered on the page by watching that green line pop up. Okay. All right, and now I have dotted lines. Next up, I'll show you how to add actual images of your printables to this Pinterest pin.